gouge anything out, right?
Yeah.
I'm working with the contours and the shapes of its head. I'm letting the blade rest on. When I pop the guard on, it's a guard because it's a safety mechanism, right?
Right.
And what a lot of us do, I'm sorry, I didn't have my phone on. That's rude.
With that guard, are you still concentrating on the cutting blade? Like you said.
Oh, but with this guard, it's kind of a safety mechanism. We get used to popping it on and just going, right? And when I worked with Jason Reyes in Vegas, I don't know if you guys know who Jason Reyes is. He's a phenomenal hairstylist who's on the design team for Paul Mitchell, right? And he also in the education, he's into the schools, the Paul Mitchell, the schools. So we're doing a class, and he described it as when he was in Florida and he first learned how to mow the lawn, he would go out there, get on the lawnmower, right, and drop the blade all the way down, and right, and any holes or divots or anything, it would show. Then he learned how to raise the blade up. So when I put this on and I kind of mow the lawn, I'm not paying attention to anything that's there. So it's a safety mechanism, but it can also be a crutch. Right, so if you're getting into customizing hair, I like to take the guard off.
Do you ever use guards?
Yes, that's why I have the whole set. But when I use them is when I definitely know that that's the length I want. So a guy says, I want a 3 on the top, 2, 1, fade. I'm not listening to the 3, 2, 1. I'm listening to the 3. You definitely want a 3. I might put a 4 on here and then go over his head, over the top. If he wants it that short on top. And he says, yeah, can you go a little shorter? And I put the 3. There you go, that's perfect. Then I fade the rest out.
But you wouldn't use the blade to do the top.
Yeah, sometimes on certain textures, certain haircuts, yeah. So if you have guys or kids with really low haircuts, right, they get it cut down low. I use a 1.5 on the top. This guy who comes to me all the time, every 2 weeks, he gets a 1.5 on the top, which is this, then skin tight fade down here.
And Corey, when you do something like that, do you do top down or bottom up?
Top down, because it's easier that way.
That way
So
you're
I
not
do
creating
1.5
lines?
first, then do my fade all the way out to 0, just like how I did this. And I also still keep in mind of the design line, because he doesn't like a high fade, like a high and tight. So I do 1.5 all the way around to the hat band area. And then I do the rest all the way out. And he likes that because when you do the lineup, it strengthens out the brow area. Guys who usually like a high and tight have a receding hairline, and a high line makes the hairline look fuller. Or they're a cop or in the military and they've been getting it so long, they're just used to it. They just want it, right? Or a disconnected haircut goes that high, right? There's a girl I started following on Instagram because I saw a picture, it was awesome. She has this really long, and she's got it cut. First she had it cut here, then she got it cut there, and then she has it cut like, almost like Baby Huey. But it's so cute because she's got it long and purple. I don't know where she's from. All right, so, I mean, and then I did try to do this same haircut with a guard, and it does change it a little bit, because, like, I'm not customizing it to the head, right? Because I can still give that edgy feel, which we're going to give to Joe, all while still shaping his head, right? So as you start to see, we start to have some concave feeling here, right? Bringing out the appearance of a occipital bone. So I still want to roll with that. Diffuse this line just a little bit more. Awesome. So then I might move right on down to my one blade. I'm kind of misorganized myself over here. All right. So I'm going to go to my one blade. To the same area. Just a little closer. Now, the point that I'm coming off the head is actually lower. I came off the head up here last time, now I'm coming off the head right here. So we're gonna go through all the same techniques around the ear. I'm a head bully. I move the guy's head around a lot. You might see me cut like this too, that's so you guys can see. So usually I stand right in front of me, I'm cutting. Okay? Gonna bring this up slightly, just to pronounce it a little bit more. Clipper and comb. Now as I'm doing this pass this way, I'm not arching the comb at all, because if I arch the comb, that's going to make a definite line. So I'm kind of straight up and down, like so, as I face up against the head. Alright, go back in. I just want to pronounce that a little bit more. Great. Right around the ear again. 45-degree angle of the blade. And then back to my first time. So that's all my Pro Tool or motor driven clipper work, right? I could work this up into here. But since if this hair was longer, I probably would do that. But since we're already at kind of in the area that I want to be, I'm going to leave that to my shearing comb. Spray them down so I get a good look at the texture. And also get an idea of what it's going to look like when I put some product in this hair. Once I wet the hair down, you start to get a different look at that wig line again. I'm kind of comb out where I'm going to put a hard part as well.
You can actually put like a line right there.
Yeah. You're going to strengthen up this whole hairline as well. Okay, so now I'm going to start working with my shear and comb technique. Take my 7-inch shears. And I want to create an upward motion and out. Which is still going to leave them with the edginess, but to taper this in somewhat more and have more control, and just kind of like tame the texture slightly. So I kind of have, you kind of have the weight line there, right?
Yeah.
Right, which could drive me crazy if I let it, right? But I'm not going to. It's part of the party. I want it to be there. I just wanted to
Party.
I wanted a diffused version of that. So I'm just going to tap it slightly.
Should use your tighter teeth at this point.
Say that again.
Use the tighter teeth.
Yes, the tighter teeth of the comb. Because if I use this, it's going to be more aggressive. So I want a smaller cut, more fine-tuned cut than an aggressive cut. Not really taking off bulk. Have a little bit of a change here as well. So going nice and tight here. Right? So you can see we still have that shape without getting rid of the line. Because a lot of times we try to get rid of the line and it's no, it's up here. Right? Yeah, it's up here. It's like, okay, you're getting clipper all over today. Right? I got this new style for you. You're gonna love it. So here's our indentation here. I really don't want to expose that. I still want the shading to be a part of it. I'm just going to slightly type that too. I'm using the tips of my shears. Can everybody see? Okay, I'm using the tip of my shears just to diffuse that. Almost that same kind of point cutting methodology.
And what angle is your comb at?
It's right up against your head. So most of the time when I'm blending, when I'm doing shear and comb, I have the center of the comb at the contact point. So that I have off the head here and off the head on this side. That allows to let me know that I'm working with the round of the head, and this is my guide. So almost if I over direct it somewhat, so it's going to control my length. If I go flat on his head here, I'm going to cut more hair on this back part. So I usually like to stay in the center of the comb. When I'm doing fine-tune work, like this section here, I'll go straight to the edge of the comb, and I'm working in the center of that section here. Make sense? Whip this right around. Got a little bit of an edge here. Go in. Now I'm going to angle my comb slightly because I know if I hold his head up, it's coming out at me. So with his head this way, it's not as pronounced, but I'm still going to hold my comb at that angle because I kind of want that little bit of weight of shelf there and work it right in. And then kind of cut straight up. Trying to have some control also of the little curl that his hair tries to do. We have a lot of change of directions also. So approaching that in a soft way or a gentle way, because we don't like to say soft, guys. So can we see the change right there? Right there. So we still have a gentle transition. We still have our design line.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to let that's part of an indentation in his head. I'm not going to let it drive me crazy now because I know that I'm going back in with my fine-tune clipper and my taper clipper and also my foil shaver. So that's going to change that whole appearance once I go closer underneath it. So I'm going to leave it. Otherwise I'll start. This is all the way up here, so we change my mind.
That's what most people do with my head too.
Yeah, change their mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to finish this second. So come over here and finish this second. I gotta go to the bathroom. Can you finish this? I just got a call from my kids. I gotta leave. Huh? Anyone say that to you? I gotta go. There's an emergency. Did I tell you I'm on the fire force? I gotta leave. There's a fire. All right, so still approaching this indentation with the point of my shear, almost like in a point cutting method. Letting the comb be an extension of my hand. If this was long hair, I'd be pulling it out, pointing like this, or pulling it this way, pointing out like that, right? So letting the comb be that same approach, just in the millimeter level. Right? Diffuse that line. It's still part of the party. Right? Still have that shape. And the square at the top is still going to keep them edgy.
I can't believe how much changed the shape. Looks
Same
good.
shape, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like even broaden his face. Here.
Yeah,
Right?
looks good.
Spun his face out. I like that.
Me too.
Awesome. All right.
Are you nearsighted or farsighted?
Um,
A little bit both.
Nearsighted? What does that mean? You can see up close?
I
or
can
not?
see up close, not far away.
So just
Is the mirror too far
whoever
away?
whoever
Yeah,
works
the
with him,
mirror's too far
show him
away.
his haircut from back here. Looks good, right? Get out of here. He gets in the car like, what?
What just happened?
Whenever I try to talk to employees about eyebrows, I say, don't skip on them eyebrows, because when they get in the car, that's when they check them. They tip you and everything at the front desk. But when they get in the car, what? These are smaller than I thought. There's little hairs there. All right. So still going to diffuse that line out. Finish touching both triangles, creating that nice round.
How long does it take you for a haircut in the salon?
Usually, I could do it in 15 minutes, but I try to keep them pampered.
Yeah.
So I give them 30 minutes.
Do you do the whole cut shaves and
Yeah.
2-3 experience?
Mhm.
Now, do we know to straight razor In New York, you have to be a barber? Is that,
It's like
yes?
that in most places, yeah.
It is, okay.
But you can get certified.
You can get certified in New York to do straight.
That's
Nice.
right, Joe did.
They should do that everywhere else.
So you're certified to straight razor?
Yes.
How did you
And how did you
hot
do that?
shaves and you do the razor on the neck.
So how long does it take to get certified to do that?
It was like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh my God, that's awesome. You
Where'd you
all
do
should
that?
do that.
I don't know if I want to do that.
You should do it.
I
It's
just
one-
use my feather.
Because listen,
Yeah,
the
I'm
barbershop is making the return back, right?
I know,
What
I just
percentage
noticed.
what percentage of guys do you have in your shop?
We have quite a few, but
You don't want to lose them to the barbershop because of a shave. And if you could do that, I'm going to show you a couple of things, a couple of little things that's going to make it the experience different for them. Meaning like the line up and the edge up, all right, the neck shave. They fall in love with you. Like, and then you can change. What do you get for your men's haircut now?
28.
You can go up to 32, and they won't even blink. And then you can, a few months later, go up to 35 and give yourself a quick raise. It's taking only 3 more minutes on your haircut, and they could become more of an asset to you. Because if they're coming every 2 weeks, go from 28 to 32, they jumped up to that's like $80. $80 a month.
Oh, where
And
did you
it's
get?
only 2 weeks.
Yeah, where is it at, Joe?
Well, I did get it over in Schenectady, but I think that hair school closed. That was offering it.
If it's part of the state curriculum to let you get certified, because it's years ago cosmetologists could do it.
Yeah.
Then they stopped it to separate it from the barbers. They realized that was one of the things that separated you from the barbershop.
Yeah.
It's political stuff, but it's real easy. I'm like, women shave their legs and everything more than guys ever shave, so they
With a
better,
guard.
huh?
With a guard.
You can
You-
practice on a balloon.
The point
We
of
did that
the
in
difference
school.
between
Yeah.
the difference, the whole thing is that you know where the blade is placed. So as long as you know that the blade is placed flush and not like this,
Right,
then you're good. We all know you don't take the blade and go like this.
right.
Yeah.
You go
Oh,
flush.
but this makes- like freaking out already.
Put that away.
How much is barber school?
Well, to go to barber school, I don't know. How much is it here? And
I don't even
Hair
know.
school's 10,000, but
Yeah.
barber school's probably 2,000.
that's why in California they kind of got it ahead of us. Because in California, and you go out west, you go
We're
to
good.
school for like 2,000 hours, and they cover all that. They don't have that separation. So you come out of hair school out there and you shave and everything.
Right.
Up in Maine, I found out that they,
Can I just use a razor? Like, not a straight razor.
The feather.
yeah,
The razor line.
All the Donald Scott DSX boys.
you can use that too. Like, you can start using that to have a guard on it.
My guard isn't giving me the shave.
Right,
But don't think about shaving yet. Think about just doing a nice clean lineup and a neck shave,
yeah,
right?
right, right.
Then if you want to go further into a shave, then that's
And then you
a whole
add the
nother
hot
service.
towel to that, they won't even know you didn't shave them.
That's right. All right, so now I'm gonna go down to this paper. I'm gonna go nice and close. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go tighter with my my adjustable clipper.
Which is your magnetic clipper you said?
My magnetic clipper.
Which cuts how many hairs?
12,000 cuts per minute. So it's really fast and it's really fine.
So the difference between a magnetic clipper and a motor clipper,
Strength and speed.
strength and speed.
And
Where do you
heavy-
get that?
This clipper here, I was thinking that Sean was going to pick them up at Hairlines, but if they don't have them, then any barber supply, or they even have them at Sally's too.
You just have to know which one to buy.
Yes, Andy's Master.
Andy's Master.
Which one are those? Andy's?
Andy's Master. Come up and feel it. Andy's
Actually,
Master.
feel how
I'm
heavy
I'm gonna have
this
to
is. Come
wait on
feel
this
how
thing.
heavy